And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from, I guess officially American Legion Post 61, but kind of representing our veterans folks here in general for the parade here today. Good morning. Jenn and Lee back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Actually, technically, we're representing all three legs of the American Legion.
We kind of
Technically, because
Yeah.
I'm the commander of both the Post and the Sons.
Yeah.
And she's the president, so
Yeah.
Indeed.
you kind of have the whole ball of wax.
And then I'm a Legionnaire and a Son, so now we kind of got,
Everything's covered.
everything's double covered.
Nice.
Almost.
That's right.
Yeah.
It won't let me be an auxiliary member. My wife's not a veteran. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
But if she was, I could be.
But, as these laws change,
Yeah.
you know.
She's a veteran just of, not military, just other, school and
Yeah,
hard
she's-
knocks.
Yeah. School teacher veteran.
Yes.
Hard
Yeah,
job.
She's got battle scars. But,
Oh, let's not go there.
but Friday is Veterans Day.
Yes, it
But
is.
this here as a community, we're going to have our big Veterans Day celebration Saturday morning.
Right.
We want to invite and encourage the community, the public, to be here on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is when our ceremony will start. It'll give or take 30, 45 minutes, roughly.
But we're asking people that are going to be in the parade to start showing up at 8:30.
Yes.
And park in the Pioneer Plaza and behind the
Courthouse on Virginia
We'll
there.
feed everybody in there at
Yeah.
4th.
Just G. Willikers, there's a little bit more space behind the courthouse. That parking lot's a little larger than Pioneer Plaza, but those are the two gathering spots. So if you want to be in the parade, there is no pre-registration. It's kind of like the racing race with you brung kind of thing.
Right.
Parade with you brung. Come on out. I know we've got several vans and groups that are going to be visiting some of our assisted living facilities here in the
I
community.
talked to Don Weld yesterday.
Picking up
He's
some
got
veterans.
A bunch of veterans they're going to be picking up.
Is this part of the vet transportation
Southeast, network?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's
Good.
pretty cool.
So, and by all means, if you're a business or an organization and want to be a part of this, and maybe grab a few veterans that are part of your organization and let's put them in the parade and let's celebrate. And so please, about 8:30 or so, everyone start gathering in those two if you want to be in the parade. If you want to come out and just watch and do everything else, 9 a.m. on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn, the ceremonies will begin. We'll have about a 30, 45-minute presentation, and then the parade will roll, and it'll be rolling. We had the sheriff on yesterday. He'll be on Friday, to talk a little bit more about,
What time is he on Friday?
the hour before you guys. You'll be on in the 9 o'clock.
Okay.
He'll be on. By the way, we may get cut a little short Friday. 9:45, I may have a volleyball playoff game starting. So we might get cut off at the very end there. It depends on what Goddard does tomorrow.
So we'll stack it up
Yeah.
close to the front. Okay.
Yeah, Goddard starts their volleyball playoffs. They're the 1 seed, and they play at 3 o'clock tomorrow. If they win, which they're the 1 seed, they probably should, they will play it again 9:45 Friday morning. So
Cool.
So
well, good luck to them.
Yeah. So
Well, we'll be doing our drawing.
yeah, about that time. So
We'll do it in the beginning of the hour.
Yeah, we'll have a good 30 minutes of time before Kelly and everything takes over the radio here.
Okay. Cool.
And technically, I have control. I could delay them. I have that power.
Oh.
I get fired, but I have that power.
Yeah, let's not do that.
As long as you don't, keep continuously playing Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer or something.
But so the parade will kick off there about 30, 40 minutes after the presentation.
Right.
Get a good spot along the parade route, and then once the parade is past you, follow it and come on down to the Wool Bowl.
Yep.
Because we're going to be hanging out at the Wool Bowl. We'll call it a Veterans Day celebration / pregame tailgate party for the Roswell Coyotes. They kick off at 1 o'clock at the Wool Bowl. We're going to be hanging out till about noon. So we figure from about 10-ish, 10:30, 10:15 till about noon, we'll be hanging out there. We're going to have lots of different booths and folks that are going to be coming out. I think the
Car show.
car show is going to be out there. So you can see
I
some
think
sweet
we're going to
rides.
have Alien Motor Speedway again out there, too.
Oh,
they
cool.
had their
Bring some of their
Yeah, they're going to be in the
things.
parade and then go up the
Oh,
park
cool.
so you can
Love to
look
see
at 'em.
that.
Yeah.
So it might get a little loud. Just be warned.
Could be,
So,
yeah.
You know, it's because they don't come in quietly.
No, they do nothing quietly, but it's pretty cool.
Is the guard going to be able to bring some of their few pieces
Last
of their
I
stuff?
heard, yes.
Okay.
And
Very good.
Patriot Guard will be there with their motorcycles.
Awesome. So it's going to be a nice little gathering there.
Should be
You know,
fun.
I'm just saying, if you're a food truck, you might want to just pull on up and hang out for a little bit.
This year we got Cannon Air Force Base coming out, going to be an honor guard.
Oh, awesome.
But, obviously we'll have the Roswell Honor Guard performing for us for the ceremony.
Yeah.
Right.
In the parade itself, we got that. Youth Challenge is scheduled to march up with the...
The caisson flag.
Yeah, the
flag.
giant
Okay,
Garrison
yeah,
flag is
yeah.
pretty
Garrison
cool.
flag. Thank
That's
you. Yeah.
scheduled anyway.
Which takes about, 30 people to move that
Yeah,
thing?
it thing's
It
huge.
takes a few people.
Yeah. It literally, I'm not joking. It
It
to spread
takes
it
a
out,
lot of people.
think of like when you watch this month, when you start watching the national anthems at NFL football games, and a lot of times they stretch out that big flag.
Yep.
It's not quite that big. That's
Not that
100
big.
yard, but it's almost that big. It's
Yeah.
pretty big. It's quite a
Makes me
sight
wonder
going
how
down the
big
street.
those stars are on those big, that covers the field. How big are the stars? I wonder.
I'll have to take a look Saturday and see if we can kind of eyeball it.
That'd be
Maybe
kinda cool to know.
guesstimate.
Tom Blake will be performing.
He's our singer?
Two of his signature tunes.
Good deal.
Yep.
This year we got the VFW is going to be doing the benediction. So
Great.
The invocation.
Did we
will
ever
be
see
done
if Matt
by,
Miller is going to make it or not?
Matt's not going to be able to make
Oh,
it.
that's
He's
unfortunate.
got an appointment down in Carlsbad.
Oh, unfortunately. So we got to lock him down one year. His bagpipes are a very good asset.
Well,
to
I
the,
know
Yes.
he's going to be performing at a couple other venues
Yeah.
this year. So.
I imagine it's a busy time of year for a man that plays bagpipes, and
I would
well,
imagine it is.
Yeah, so he's probably in demand in several places here.
Yeah.
We will have Sean Nicholson is going to be our guest
That's right.
speaker at
I have
the
no
event.
clue what he's going to say.
But just to kind of give him a little background, he works for Leprino now.
He
Yeah,
does.
he's
Yes.
the plant
Yeah,
manager.
he's a Marine.
Warrant officer too.
Act accordingly there. Just kidding.
Well, I figured
Yeah,
I'll
he's
have
a great guy.
hangover on Friday.
but yeah, he's going to share his some of his experiences in the military, and
And he was in for a while.
yeah, he's got a lot of stories, a lot of good information. So I think folks will
I'm looking
appreciate
forward to his
listening
speech. Yeah.
to Sean. And he's an
Like I
overall
said,
good
I
dude
have
too. by the
no
way.
idea what he's going to say.
And Sean is vital with our post, and
Yeah.
he's always helping out, and getting other entities to get involved to help out with us. He's been a real asset to our community.
For
Yeah,
sure.
he organized the whole gun drawing stuff. That was a good fundraiser
Yeah.
for us. We'll be doing the drawing for the winner on Friday. We'll announce it Saturday
Yeah.
at the parade.
And for folks that aren't aware, we always have a theme each year where we kind of honor, we honor all veterans, but usually we'll kind of put a special spotlight on a particular era or something like in the past we've done Vietnam, Korea. Well, this year we're honoring all those small skirmishes,
Yeah,
all
the
those
little ones.
Yeah,
All
those
the ones that
that
most people don't even know about.
yeah, they were on the 6 o'clock news a couple nights for a week, and then just disappeared off the lexicon. But
Yeah.
Well, and I'm pretty proud of our poster this year. It has all the little
this is my favorite one. By the way.
QR codes on there. Only one of them doesn't work, but the rest of them.
Do you know which one?
Yeah,
You try for yourself.
Bottom
No,
left.
let's make a game out of it. Let's see if they can
the,
figure out which
bottom,
one.
the bottom left one.
Yeah, you got to scan them all to see which one.
But to me, it's more educational this year
Absolutely.
than just a work of art.
Sure.
Which I think it's a worst art. Destiny Gutierrez over at Roswell.
Kremlin?
Crumlin, but
Oh,
it was
okay.
Roswell Honda or whatever
I
it
think
was.
it's so,
can't
yeah.
remember
Okay.
what. Anyway, she did the poster for us. I mean, we gave her a rough idea. Larry Longo, the chaplain over at 28, had like this rough sketch.
Yeah, and it was
we
really
handed
cool.
that to her. She was happy. And
Yeah, she did a really
she
good
did a
job.
really good job. Unfortunately, she had to redo all the QR codes for me because the ones that I did, they turned around and said, "Oh, you got to pay for them."
Oh,
So she redid all of them for us. So I
Yeah,
really
she
appreciate
she
that.
saved our bacon.
yeah.
But I must say, it's a very educational poster. And
It's one of my
these are-
favorites.
These are just the wars
mine
and
too.
conflicts that the U.S. was involved in between 1975 and 1991 that were declassified. I want to make that clear that there's always something going on, even if the public doesn't know about it. So there are battles that happen all the time that we couldn't put on the poster because they're sensitive
Yes.
or classified.
They,
So this is
in our
not-
world, in your world, they didn't exist yet.
This is
Right.
not an exhaustive list.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's only what about 12, 13 different events there.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But the reality here is there are a lot of ones that we didn't include on there that were
11.
Cold War One because we wanted to stay in time frame. So, like I said, there are other ones like Bay of Pigs and
All
different
sorts of
things
things.
like
These are
that
more
that we didn't
After
include
that era, yeah.
because we were trying to go after Vietnam but before Gulf War.
And to be honest, not that Bay of Pigs isn't, but it's a lot bigger. Like it's more known than some of the ones we're talking about.
Oh, certainly.
Right.
Bay of
certainly.
Pigs is, you know, if,
I mean,
if you-
even I know about that one,
Yeah.
and I'm not a history buff
you
by
may not
any
know all the
means.
details of what happened, but you at
Right.
least are aware of the Bay of Pigs and
Yes.
what took place, some of what took place.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of the criticism that we received about the poster is, well, you didn't include this or didn't include that.
No,
Well,
there's always going to be those.
you know,
things.
the reality is we had to make choices, and this is what we chose. Now,
Yep.
we may at some future date go back and start doing other things too, but at this point, the idea was next year we'd move on to Gulf War.
Gotcha.
So,
But that's the beauty of Veterans Day. They come every year, and we get to do different themes each year. And maybe some of those ones we didn't get a part of this year, we'll add to future years.
Oh, for sure.
You know, that's the beauty of it. But
unfortunately, the fact is we'll always be involved in something, so there will always be something to talk about.
unfortunately, yeah, we'll have plenty of wars to.
It was the only misquote I had in the paper is we've basically been at war since 1775 in some form or fashion, but they published it in the paper as 1975, which is okay. But I mean, the reality is there's a lot more going on than, you know, what anybody really knows.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
when I was in the service, I was on a command platform and I knew about stuff that was going on that will never make the papers.
Well,
So,
and I think it's just modern times. I mean, let's face it. Vietnam War was the first war that was kind of put on people's TVs at home and everything, and so that's kind of where it started.
oh, sure.
And then, of course, by the time 91 hit and Gulf War I hit, I mean, they're literally, the media's ahead of the military. They're standing on the beach like, we've been waiting on you for an hour. You know, where you been?
Right? Yeah, in some cases.
And that's, so it's just part of the world we live in. So you didn't, you know, World War II and all that, you know, there wasn't.
It wasn't a living room war.
Yeah. Well, and certainly.
Well, it kind of was because you had all the newsreel stuff
yeah,
going
but
on.
people had to
Yeah.
go to the movies to see that. That
Pretty
wasn't
much, yeah.
sitting on a phone or something you could just have access
Well,
anytime, or
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
catch the casualty reports in the newspaper each day or whatever. You know.
Well, I think it was good that we had embedded reporters in Vietnam, and I think it was bad that we had embedded reporters in Vietnam because war is a very messy business.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely.
And the thing is, most people don't have the stomach for what has to be done in a war, and most people find it morally reprehensible. But the reality is, war is not a scalpel. War is a broadsword.
Yeah.
Okay. There's collateral damage. Things happen. You know, and I realize that
Everybody's
there's been
impacted when war
some
hits.
administrations that think, well, we can just send unarmed drones or missiles or whatever, but that doesn't win wars.
Gulf War, people think every war's a Gulf War. Like we can just
No.
roll in and, you know, everyone's going to start mass surrendering when we show up with our flags and our,
No, you gotta
know,
look
and it's
at,
like,
That
you
would
gotta
be
look
nice.
at Putin and Ukraine, you know.
Yeah.
Putin is a nuclear power, yet he is, you know, barely holding his own in Ukraine right now. So modern warfare dictates that unless we're willing to use nuclear weapons, this is the type of war that you're going to end up fighting. I mean, look at what happened to us in Afghanistan. Look at what happened to us in even Bosnia, Herzegovina, you know, all these little things, you know. We didn't make much progress. And why? Because we're only willing to go so far.
sure.
And also there was no political will to win. And that's the other problem as well. When you don't back the people you send over there, they just become fodder. So I'll get off my soapbox here, but
Well,
the truth of the matter is veterans answer this call every single day.
and this is why veterans are so mad about the Afghanistan pullout.
Debacle.
Yeah,
Right.
that happened.
Which I
a couple
don't
years
want to
ago.
turn this into political
Sure.
because the American Legion is neutral. We don't have political opinions, but I do have opinions on disasters as it reflects upon the military, and that is what Afghanistan was.
Absolutely. It's and to be honest, Afghanistan was the same problem from the Russians in the 70s.
Afghanistan has always been the problem because that's where all the opioids and everything that happens. But they hide in the hills and they hide in the ground. I mean, it's almost as bad as Vietnam. They've got tunnels. I mean, it's very hard to root, a very dedicated force out to get you when they are so well fortified. I mean, look at Iwo Jima, World War II. I mean, they were still pulling people out of there in the 60s thinking that the war was still going on. So
now you got to get dirty and get in there and dig them out. That's exactly what and it's not pretty work to make that happen. And that is why we honor veterans, because that dirty work.
You expect a lot out of a veteran.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the dirty work they do, and all we do is while you sit here at home and enjoy your lives, these people are, and this has been going on for generation and generation, and just because technology's changed doesn't mean that same work isn't being done.
Right.
And that's
and
what
the
you gotta
problem
realize.
with having embedded reporters is the fact that it was blasted up on every TV screen and nobody liked it.
Right.
So when the
But there is
Vietnam veteran came back, they were broken and they didn't get the help that they needed. It took them 20 years to get help.
Yep.
Right.
This is why this day is so important.
It is extremely important. And one of the nice things about this particular Veterans Day is it falls on a Friday.
Yeah.
And most folks know that you wear red on Fridays to remember everyone deployed. So it kind of works out. So you come on Friday to wear red, and you can also do the Veterans Day parade. So if everybody's wearing red, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Now, Friday night, you're probably going to put your blue on for the football, but then put your red back on for Saturday.
Right.
But I would ask if you're able, line the streets.
Please come out.
Wave
Please
your
support.
flags. do the
Thank
whole
our
9
veterans.
yards.
Honor our veterans.
Let us know that you care.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's we do this for the community. And that's the other thing, too. We got bogged down a lot in the battles to have this parade this year. But the reality is we do this for the community. We don't do this for us.
No.
And please understand that, it was a war this year.
Yeah.
I mean, this was trench warfare this year just to have this happen.
There was a lot of
challenging,
lot of
for sure.
hurdles that happened, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff. We don't want to get into
No,
it on the radio.
I don't want to do that. But what I'm saying is, if you want this parade to continue and be successful, come out and see it.
And we
Let
know
us know
that
you
Roswell,
care.
Support
we
it.
know that Roswell
Absolutely.
and Chavez County is a very patriotic community. So demonstrate that. Line the streets. Thank your veterans. Make your presence known.
Come on out. Come hang out on the Pioneer Plaza, the courthouse lawn where we're doing the ceremony sidewalk. Fill up that whole area with people.
There's
I do
nothing
wanna-
sadder than doing a parade and there's nobody standing there cheering you on.
I do want to thank some real patriots, as far as I'm concerned. Like Stacy Lemon and Destiny Gutierrez over at Crumlin.
They've been
And
very
then,
helpful.
Of course, Crumlin donated a bunch of money for us this year too, so got to call them out too. Lagrone sent us a bunch of money. Plateau Networks, Johnny's Car Care,
We have quite a bevy.
Yeah,
with
there's-
Loprino Foods,
Chimera.
Chimera,
all
Independent
sorts of folks,
Physicians,
yeah.
Street Shot
Straight Shot
Wireless.
Wireless. I mean, we
Everyone's
put,
tilting their head trying to read this.
but we put stuff on there, like
Sure.
you guys. You guys have always been really good supporters of us, and of course Southwest Printers, which prints up all the posters.
Yep.
So, I mean,
It takes.
this year, as far as donations are concerned, we kind of broke even because this year we added some benefit and stuff like that to the people that donated, and
Sure.
so pretty much all of the money that we raised ended up supporting
Going
the
toward the
parade.
parade.
Plus the fact that the parade was not free, so we still had to pay money just to have the parade this year.
Which is fine. We're not in the money making business on a
No.
parade, but so we're glad that at least it's paying for itself, and we thank our sponsors for allowing that to be
right. Traditionally, this was our big fundraiser every year, but as it's going to turn out, it's basically just covering the cost.
Yeah.
But it's important nonetheless. That's why
It
we
is.
do it. So please come out, bring veterans, come on out. I say this all the time. I know there's a lot of vets out there that rather lay low and not, receive recognition and things. And I can understand that. I get it. But you kind of have a new role. And your new role is to inspire the next generation to do what you did.
Right.
And that's why when we talk about Goddard and Roswell, when they do their veterans, which, by the way, tomorrow is
It's
Goddard. Yeah.
and
Friday.
Roswell High is Friday.
Friday, yes. About 11, I think, on Goddard
I think
tomorrow.
Roswell is 1, I think.
And then Goddard, I think, is
Goddard
11.
is like 11 a.m.
Yeah. But that's why it's so important you support those, because, A, you get treated like a rock star. It's really cool. But it really reminds the younger generations of it puts a face to what we talk about, what we've been told. We talk, hopefully the kids are learning somewhere about the importance of our freedom in this country and how great we have it here,
Right.
and the cost of keeping it that way
Right.
are these veterans. When you want to know the cost of that, you look in the eyes of a veteran, and that's where you see the cost of that, and that's why this is so important.
And I remember being a kid and having never served in the military myself. It's a totally different way of living that most of us have no idea what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know how it is that you guys live your day-to-day life in the military, even outside of, the battles and all that sort of thing.
It's
You'd probably
different.
shake your head, actually.
Right. So just listening to the stories and learning about the military, not only is it informative and you learn about the history and the importance of it, but for those of us that were kind of considering it, maybe, on the fence about it, but we're a little unsure, it makes it more approachable. So those that are kind of on the fence if they want to join or not,
Mm-hmm.
if you tell them the stories and you make it something that's not as scary, they're more likely to volunteer. And most of our force is volunteers.
Yeah.
So make it something that is a good thing.
100% of our
It is now. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We haven't had a draft in a very long time.
Hopefully Saturday won't be too smelly. They're tearing the streets up out there on Main Street.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we'll have fresh black tar.
Well, they're working
run
quick.
on.
I'll give them.
Yeah.
They did the north end quick.
Yes.
I mean, they
did.
still got to paint and stripes and things, but they laid the asphalt pretty quick on that side, and so they're booking it.
Well,
But-
and the veterans went through some things. I think we can deal with a little bit of asphalt
Speaking
smell.
of-
So come support our
Speaking
veterans.
of honoring veterans, as we move beyond Veterans
Mm-hmm.
Day, my next big focus right now here, folks, is Wreaths Across America. I'm the regional coordinator for this area. We need 300 wreaths.
Minimum.
They cost $15 a piece
Okay.
to sponsor. You can do it either by sending money to the post, or you can go to my website, roswelllegion.org. There is a link at the very top of the page to the Wreaths Across America page
Okay.
for our area.
Okay.
And I want to tell you that $15 that you sponsor a wreath, I don't see a nickel of it. All of it goes to Wreaths Across America, but we get the wreaths, and we get to lay them on veterans' graves on December 17th this year. We start at Memory Lawn, and anything in excess, we'll put a couple down at Chavez County Courthouse lawn. We always put one there, a couple of there at the
The
memorial.
memorial, yeah.
Right.
But anything more than that, that goes to McBride.
Yeah.
South Park.
We have a lot more than
whatever
300
we
veterans
can.
that are resting here in Roswell.
3,300 at least.
And that would be great if we get
But I
3,300 of
don't
these.
expect
But if
those
we get
kind
a
of
few
numbers.
hundred here to certainly take over Memory Lawn, where our post is adopted,
Right.
And then help over at
You want
South
to make a
Park and all that.
difference, though, just sponsor a couple of wreaths. I mean,
Yeah,
that,
$15.
that is a
wreath.
huge impact.
One
Okay.
wreath, $15 puts one wreath on one veteran's grave.
That's right.
And we got some deadlines coming up, but probably the easiest way, and it cuts out the middleman, it saves a lot of time, is go to roswelllegion.org, click that link that Lee is talking about for Wreaths Across America. December 17th is distribution day. That's the day
but
we'll go.
all the wreaths have to be purchased and ordered by November 29th.
So by the end of this month here, the second to last day of the month, November 29th, you got to hit that link and buy
if
a
you can
wreath.
squeeze 15 bucks out, let me know, because we need wreaths.
Right.
And if you can
I
do
think
more
we
than
only
that,
have
that'd be
about 45 wreaths sponsored currently.
great. Okay.
I know that Pat's bringing in about 10 more. Usually the namesake of our post buys a few. And then, of course, the Mayhews said that they were going to purchase some, but I haven't seen that check just yet.
Okay.
But,
So this Thanksgiving, we're all thankful for many things in
Yes.
our life, but remember our veterans.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another way, if you can't make it out to Veterans Day or you can't, make it to the parade, I understand it. It happens. But please consider donating to Wreaths Across America so that you can at least honor them during the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
the only other thing that we got going on is we're on track to donate 12 turkeys this year. So
Good.
the homeless shelters and stuff like that. So that's our plan
Okay.
right now.
So we're
But-
gathering our birds and getting them
Yes.
together, and
But that's what we got sponsors
Good.
for, is this stuff.
and that's
too.
just something
So,
little we do every year where we get together and we try to get a dozen turkeys, and then there are places around town that we know are constantly feeding folks on the Thanksgiving. We dropped off 2 turkeys for them. So
Yep.
and
and
then
I got enough candy to put you on the space shuttle, so we'll be delivering candy with it.
Yes. Yeah.
candy makes a good stuffing.
It does.
Yeah.
Great stocking stuffers. Yeah.
But please, Reese Across, I'd love if you have a veteran in your family, honor them.
Yes.
Buy a wreath in their name. If you have several veterans, buy several wreaths.
Yes.
Please do that. And again, RoswellLegion.org. Hang out there for a little bit. Read all about our post and learn more about it. But you'll find a link right there. It's at the top there, right?
Yeah, it's the very top.
Very
yeah.
top there for Wreaths Across America. Click that link. That'll go give you all the steps to order and pay and help out for Wreaths Across. This is a national campaign. We're
It
just
is,
a
yes.
part of it. Like Lee was saying, the money that you donate doesn't even go anywhere near to us. It goes to Wreaths Across America.
Yes, it does.
And then when you give them the money, they send us wreaths, and then we go put them out.
Right.
At the
Any
veterans'
money you
graves.
give me, I turn around and I buy wreaths with that money.
Yeah.
And there's no markup, nothing. It's $15.
Yeah.
That's it.
So please, this is a great way. Thanksgiving, you're a couple
yeah.
weeks away. You want to give thanks, thank a veteran. This is a great way to do that.
If you want to just donate to the post, it's right there too, down in the down by the pillars on the page.
Oh yeah,
Just
we always
scroll
use
down.
money too. Don't get me wrong.
Money helps.
Oh, yes.
Because I
Well, and I know that fortunately we're getting in the winter months here, so there's going to be less grass cutting and things. But memory lawn expenses are getting to a point where we're getting a little dry
our
on those.
memory lawn account is at the lowest point that it's
So
been
we
since
could
we
use
started.
some donations for that.
Yeah.
You can earmark directly if you want and say, hey, and through the website say, hey, can you put this towards memory lawn?
Yes.
We'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, we got to finish painting the fence out there, and then after that, we're working on grants and stuff like that to see if we can get the irrigation system going. But there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and for your listenership out there, I'll tell you, we had a bit of a setback here because the guy that owned the cemetery died.
Yeah.
So there has been a few months of transition work,
Logistics and things.
in
yeah.
the background. So, bear with us.
But I know
We're facing
our
a little
volunteers have been
adversity.
through this whole time mowing and keeping things keeping
Frank
things
Everett
neat
and
tight.
Ralph Green. Ralph Green.
They're
by
our
the-
heroes.
By the way,
Our Legionnaire
Ralph
of the
Green
Year.
is our Legionnaire of the Year.
Well deserved. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, you might want to just go ahead and make him next year's. I think he's done enough to kind of
Oh,
cover 2 years, I think.
well, actually, Don Weld probably needs to be next
Well, yeah,
year,
he's in
so.
there too. Well, Don was he's last year's, right? I think Don was our
Legionnaire
Legionnaire
of the
last
Year.
year, wasn't he?
Could be. I don't know.
I think he was.
They all do so much good
Well,
work.
it's like trying to
hard
pick your favorite kids. In all fairness,
it's
I mean,
true.
we have so many.
And of course, your own Mike Winters. is
Yeah,
the
but
son
I'm
of the year.
I don't hold a candle to those guys. I just have a loud mouth, and some people listen.
Well,
That's my
maybe
big
that's
asset.
enough.
That's my biggest asset.
Well, it's a good one. It definitely helps.
But please come out and join us this Saturday. Again, if you care to be a part of the parade, which I really hope some folks out there do, join us 8:30, either at Pioneer Plaza or the parking lot behind the courthouse there off Virginia. They're gathering
And it can
there.
be totally last minute. You got a wild
Yeah.
hair and you want to go up the street with us? Please
Yeah,
do.
we're just wanting to give a bunch of love to our veterans in our community here, and then of course to come and if you just want to come and watch, witness, and see everything, 9 a.m. Chaves County Courthouse lawn. Everything will get underway. Afterwards, come follow the parade, watch it, follow it, and then come hang out with us at the Wool Bowl for a little get together celebration / Coyote pregame tailgate
Yes.
party because it's
gonna be lots of
because the
fun.
game at 1:00 there. But and then of course Wreaths Across America, RoswellLegion.org is the website. Go there. Learn about that, scholarships and things. If you want information about our scholarships, all of that is at that website too. So when you're done buying a bunch of wreaths, go ahead and start looking at some of that other stuff. And if you want
I
to,
do want to make mention. I want to thank all the people who sponsored Charity Bears this year.
yeah,
We did deliver.
Reineke Medical has been our biggest sponsor for
I
that.
did deliver.
we're still getting more requests too, aren't we?
We
We
did.
are.
Yeah.
I delivered 12 bears to the Roswell Police Department,
Yep.
and we turned around and gave another 12 to Mike Harrington,
Great.
the sheriff, because according to him, in the winter months, they go through about 15 of these a month.
Oh wow, so it's a busier season
In
for
the
them.
summertime, he says that drops down to 2 or 3. So
I'm guessing it's people are indoors versus outdoors, and when they're
Exactly.
indoors,
They're
that's
stuck with each other.
Things
basically
happen.
what he
You know.
said.
yeah, it's kind of
So, anyway, I do want to thank specifically Reineke Medical. They sponsored 70 bears.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's been their passion project with us.
Yeah.
They
is
really
our charity
like
bear
theirs.
program,
Yep.
and quite frankly, we probably wouldn't be able to pull it off without Reineke Medical.
No,
They're the
that's
one
very
that,
true.
that helped us do that. So big thank you to them.
And we did send about 12 bears out to Hagerman, too.
Oh, that's right. We forgot about
to
that.
the fire and rescue.
Yeah, they
out there.
actually made a request on, I think it was,
It was
Facebook.
Yeah, I
Facebook.
happened to see it on Facebook
Yeah.
and said, "Hey guys, these guys are asking for bears. You think we can help them out?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. We gave
Yeah.
12 to that fire department down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and again, that's all thanks to everyone out there
Oh,
for
yeah.
helping support us. And by the way, if you're like, "Oh, I'd love to do that," want to give us money for bears? Don't hit the donate now button on our website there, and you can earmark that too, sir.
We
This is
need
charity
more
bears.
people to help make these things. I mean, you don't even have to know how to sew.
I have no idea how to sew.
Cutting, tracing,
Yeah,
uh,
they do have a
putting
assembly
the
line
cute
like.
little the pupils on there and put the little bows on them and stuff like
Yep.
that. I mean, hot glue machine.
Henry
It's not
Ford
even hot
good.
glue. It's just regular glue.
Oh, it's regular glue.
Henry
Yeah,
Ford would be
fabric glue.
proud with their.
Oh, there's
efforts
an
there.
assembly line thing.
Yeah.
But we're asking everybody. You don't even have to be a member. If you want to come out on a Thursday night and help make these things, that would help us out tremendously.
Yeah.
We got members from 28 come over, and they're not even members of our post, just to help out with the project.
Yep.
They get the
They get
camaraderie
it.
in the
They
meeting.
get
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
And if,
So,
if
good
you
to
don't
hear.
have time to donate, if you have something just hanging out in your attic or the basement and you're just not using the fabric or the stuffing,
Sure.
you know,
All
we'll give it a good
I
home.
know how crafters are. You hoard fabrics and things. I know. My mom was one of them. When my mom passed, I literally had
put
enough
it in-
yarn to,
we'll put
to
it to
hit
good
Montana.
Use. We'll
Yes.
put it to good use.
My mom passed. I literally had enough yarn to yarn up all of Montana. It was huge. So I know you guys have extra stuff. You got some. Dig out that old box. Even and give us a.
If
give us
you
some of that.
even if you think it's scrap, I mean, if it's big
That's
enough
what
to
we
make
make
a
the
bear, that's
hearts
what we
and
make
the-
the
Sure.
bear out of.
Yeah.
We make the little hearts,
Yeah.
and the
Billies.
little bows out of it.
Yeah.
we're making out of whatever's available. It's not.
I do
silk
understand that
parachutes.
we're going to be making more than bears now. I think we're talking about bunny rabbits.
Oh,
and
good.
stuff
Up in
like
the-
that,
Puppies.
so.
Yeah, we
adding
gotta-
to the characters.
Well, we
Yeah.
got to mix it up a little bit. I think some of our crafters are getting a little burnout. So
Oh,
we're
they're
gonna,
ready for something
That's why
new.
we need
Yes.
more help. We need more. We need fresh blood to come
Okay.
in and keep us with this project. It's a vital project.
Yeah.
We don't want to see it go away, but we really need people to help out.
It's just that little piece of light in a very dark world for someone, and that's all it is. We're just trying to help out someone that's
Think
going
of
through a
the
rough
child's
situation.
life
Yeah.
that you're,
Kids in
distracting enough to
Doesn't
keep
know
them
what's
happy.
going on.
Right.
The kid's just there living life and doesn't
Hey, I
understand
got a
or
new
realize what's
toy.
going
There
on.
you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we keep them occupied and keep them from not really shielding them from the bad stuff that's
Yeah.
going on? This
So,
is just a little effort.
RoswellLegion.org. We need your help. Anybody that can help financially, or you got some time, or anyway, wreaths.
Yeah.
We need all this stuff. So
And this Saturday,
help us
9 a.m.
out. 9 a.m. this morning, but
And we're
or
going to be
Saturday
back,
morning.
and they'll be back Friday to remind you one more time.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
well,
will. Yeah. Wear your red on
I guess
Friday.
we're going to get cut off. So.
Well, Yes, if things go the way we want them to, we will. Because
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's because we want Goddard to win.
Exactly.
We
want
do
them
know
to-
that football's more important.
Yeah, well, this is volleyball,
Oh, I'm sorry.
so.
Yeah, see there.
See, I don't even keep track.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you here in a couple days. All right.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Anytime. It's 8:54. Let's pause for.